Good morning. This is Josanne Wright Callender, the author of Making Do, Growing Up Colored in the Jim Crow South During the Great Depression. And as you know, many of you know, we're in the middle of a Kickstarter. So there's a lot of things going on. But, I did not check my percentage of funds in this morning. And that's something that I just make as a rule. The first thing I do in the morning is I do my devotional, my Bible devotional, and I take notes after doing my devotional. And it was so amazing today that, and also I listened to some YouTube uh, devotionals, and one this morning was C.S. Lewis, who is one of my favorite authors, because I grew up with Tales of Narnia. Wonderful Christian minister and writer. But the scripture this morning is the Lamentations, and I haven't read Lamentations very much, but he talks about God's mercies being new every morning. And I'm sure a lot of you have heard that, those of you who are into the word. It has made a huge difference this week because I was looking at my totals. You were at like 14%, and then notched up to 15% of your goal. I have 8 days left. And during this week, I was a little despondent. And so this scripture really spoke to me. It's basically saying, fear not, because God's in control. And as I said before, He is my financial manager in this campaign. I can't afford to get anybody else into this position. And I've been approached by a number of people. However, I'm standing fast. So as of now, I've had several people come to me outside of the Kickstarter with checks, and I'm holding those together, telling them once we hit a specific goal, I will bank those and add them to my total as well. And they were pretty substantial. But the thing that really occurred to me as God's hand being in this particular Kickstarter, and I'm not worried about meeting my goal. I was cleaning up some old bank records, and in this envelope, I unfolded it. Was folded in white paper. I opened it up, didn't know what it was, and inside was a check for $5,000. And I was like, huh? Just, it was like the most surprising thing. And of all amounts for it to have was that amount. Okay, so fast forward, I called the individual. It was something that had been overlooked years ago. And I just didn't realize that I still had an uncashed check for that amount, but the person had already paid me. But to me, that check represented God's ability to provide the exact amount that I need from even one individual. And I know a lot of individuals who are able to cut a check like that. So I just said that I can't worry about being at 14, 15% now because I haven't met my goal yet. And I always tell in my educational programs that yet is a wonderful word. And that's how God works. He works in the yet. It's a huge expanse of time between now and the end of the Kickstarter, and anything can happen during that time. And just because I haven't gotten huge amounts of money in yet doesn't mean that it won't come. So anyhow, that's my motivational speech for today. Just to let you know that we should not fear. There is always darkness before the dawn, that every cloud, you hear your parents say, has a silver lining. This particular time of my a little bit of sadness, I just said, I got that blast of miraculous encouragement. I said, there's a way. Even though I can't see it, there is a way. And I'm trusting in God to guide me to what He wants me to do in the next 7 days. So if you haven't pledged, there's still time, and I'll include the information in the box below, the discussion box. But thank you for being here. And as a writer, I work in that yet category or era or frame of mind a lot because the stories don't just make themselves. You have to put time in, and there's also the space that you have to give yourself to think about how things can fit together. So I'm used to the yet. The story isn't finished yet. And there's volume 2 that is coming, and there's the audiobook that is coming. But yet they're in the making. And so anyhow, thank you for being here. Please subscribe, please share, and please be encouraged. Thank you. God bless you. Bye-bye.